Hello, respected sir and ma'am. A very good evening to you all. First of all, I would like to thanks to you and RS Public School for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself and to give a demo video on a chosen topic by myself. So coming to my introduction part, my name is Preeti Sharma and I have recently completed my MSc in Zoology Honours from University of Kolkata with 69%, and I have also completed my BSc in the same subject, that is Zoology, with 63% from University of Kolkata. And coming to my experience part, I have a 7 months experience as a subject matter expert at Chegg India. And without any further delay, I would like to start my demo video on hormones. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So let's get started. So what is a hormone? As we all know that hormones is a chemical substance and it is also called as chemical messenger. So why does it call as chemical messenger? Because hormones is produced in one cell and it is get transported to the another cell. So hormones are responsible for growth and metabolism. So as you can see in this picture, one cell is producing the hormones. These are the hormones, and it is carried out by the blood vessel and it is transported to the target cell, which is responsible for growth and metabolism. Now coming to my next slide, that is, what are hormones and how do they work? There are two types of local hormones. One is autocrine and another one is paracrine. So from the name, you can get an idea that what does this autocrine hormones means. Autocrine here word in this word, auto means self. So when the hormones bind to the same receptor on the cell that secretes them is known as autocrine hormones. I mean to say here that it is acting on the same cell. So, and the other part is paracrine hormone. Paracrine hormone diffuses from one site of release and binds to receptor on nearby cells. So in paracrine hormones, you can see that cells from one cells hormones are coming and releasing and it binding to the nearby cells. So sometimes differences can also become. The endocrine system. Now coming to my next slide is endocrine system. The endocrine system is made up of glands that produce and secrete hormones. So here the word gland means to produce and to secrete hormones. The glands can be either a cell or organs. These hormone regulates the body growth. Endocrine glands are responsible for body growth, metabolism, the physical and chemical process of the body, and the sexual development and function. The hormones are released into the bloodstream and may affect one or several organs throughout the body. So endocrine hormones are those hormones which is produced in the glands, and it is directly, as you can see in this picture, it is directly pouring into the blood vessels. So it is directly pouring with, it doesn't require any duct to transport its hormones to the blood vessels. So it is a ductless gland. So it doesn't require any duct, but in salivary gland, you can see here is a salivary gland and here it is your mouth. Here is your mouth, and it requires a tube to transfer the saliva. So it's a salivary gland and it's your mouth. Then it requires a tube or some medium to transport the saliva from salivary gland to your mouth. So it's an example of exocrine gland, and this is an example of endocrine glands. The major glands of endocrine system are hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, pineal gland, and other reproductive organs. For female, it's ovary, and for males, it is testes. The pancreas is also a part of endocrine gland. It has a role in hormone production as well as digestion. So can you see here that pancreas is doing two works at the same time? So So it is also known as, pancreas is also known as mixed gland because it do two works at the same time. I mean, it has a role in hormone production as well as it helps in digestion also. So it's also known as mixed gland. Coming to my next slide is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is located in the lower central part of the brain. So it's located in the basal part of the brain. And this part of the brain is important in regulation, metabolism, and body temperature. In addition, it secretes hormone that stimulate or suppress the release of hormones in pituitary glands. So in another slide, we are going to see how it releases and suppresses, how it controls the pituitary gland hormones. Pituitary gland is a pea-shaped gland which is located beneath the hypothalamus. It is not larger. It's not larger than a pea. You can see in this picture. It's just like a pea shape, small. Pituitary gland is also considered as a most important part of the endocrine system because it produces hormones that control many functions of other endocrine glands. That's why it is also known as master gland because it controls many functions of other endocrine glands, and it produces many hormones also, many important hormones actually. So when the pituitary gland does not produce one or more of its hormone or not enough of them, then it is known as hypopituitarism. Pituitary gland has two parts. One is anterior part or anterior lobe, and another one is posterior lobe. The anterior lobe produces growth hormone, thyroid, TSH hormone, ACTH hormone, LH, FSH, and prolactin. And the posterior part of the pituitary gland produces vasopressin, oxytocin. So the anterior lobe, which is regulated by hypothalamus. Anterior lobe is regulated by hypothalamus, but the posterior lobe is not regulated by hypothalamus. As you can see here, it is not regulated by hypothalamus. So what is growth hormone? Growth hormone stimulates growth of bone and tissues. Growth hormone deficiency in adults result in problems maintaining proper amounts of body fat and muscles and bone masses. And TSH stimulates the thyroid gland to produce thyroid hormones. Lack of thyroid hormones, either called hypothyroidism. ACTH stimulates the adrenal gland to produce several related steroid hormones. LH and FSH, hormones that control sexual function and production of sex steroids, estrogen and progesterones in female or testosterone in males. Prolactin, hormones that stimulate milk production in females. The posterior lobe, now coming to posterior lobe. Posterior lobe produces ADH, antidiuretic hormone, that is vasopressin, which controls the water loss by the kidneys. And oxytocin. Second one is oxytocin, that contracts the uterus during childbirth and stimulates milk production. So I would like to end up this demo video here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.